Hello everybody, Major Tom here.
And I am the War Brain.
We will be doing another top 5 segments right now, and on this segment we will be doing the top 5 things that make absolutely no sense in video games whatsoever.
Yeah, these are pretty much the things that, if you would try to apply it to real life, it just would not work.
No, absolutely epic fail. Number 5 would be the double jump.
Yeah, you see that a lot in a lot of platformer games. You see where a character can jump up in the air and then in midair somehow jump again, like just jump off of the air.
Yeah, somehow you get momentum to even jump as high as they do, and then jump even higher.
From
it's like
the
there's
air.
an invisible floor under them, and they just or they just do the thing where they their arm goes up in there and they could fly higher. I blame Mario.
He didn't do that though.
No, but he started jumping.
He did. The
That
bastard.
bastard.
He invented jumping. Well, I mean, but he did kind of have in Mario 64. He had that thing where he could jump, and then his second
he can land and jump again higher,
and it would go higher. And then
I'm
a
pretty
third
sure
time,
momentum from a jump would just smack your face in the ground.
Yeah, I don't think it would make you be able to jump.
No, your legs
even
would
higher.
probably just hurt,
And then
you'd be like, screw this.
And then after the second time, jump higher again to be able to do a flip.
No, there's no way. But if someone can actually do this in real life, please send me a video because I'll be freaking amazed to see this really happen.
That would be awesome.
Or failed attempts at trying this. I would also like that.
Yeah,
nice bail
either-
video of people
either-
trying to double jump. Because and try it off a cliff too. Because I want to see you double jump off a cliff. And let me see how
Yeah, I
that
mean,
works for you.
if you're that stupid, you should just jump off a cliff. It's Darwinism.
So what's number 4?
Number 4 is regenerating health.
I freaking hate regenerating health.
Yeah, it's pretty much invaded all FPS.
Who created it?
I'm gonna say
Halo or
well, Halo didn't. The first Halo didn't really have.
no.
It had.
It was around that time though.
Yeah,
it seemed
it was. It was. It's fairly.
Me personally, I like the old school stuff where you had to practice and beat things, and
Yeah.
the only problem with regeneration health is I want to keep playing, but they make your screen bloody and blurry, and you can't see, so they force you to go hide somewhere. It's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
the hell?
Yeah, and it just kind of added a little bit of a challenge, Like you're playing the old Duke Nukems, and that's kind of one of the things is you would have to go around searching levels looking for health packs
Yeah,
and stuff.
just to keep going.
Yeah. But Halo really didn't have that. It still had health packs, but you had your shield that would recharge,
Yeah,
and then
that's
your
true.
health would still go down and stay down. So
It's in every single game. It's just like an automatic. Oh, I got infinity health.
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
come back.
Exactly.
I hate it.
And then number 3 is people's ridiculously large inventories.
Ridiculous.
Even some games like Elder Scrolls 4, where you could carry a certain amount of weight, but it was such a ridiculous amount of weight, and it was still
Yeah. 4 sets of armor.
Yeah.
How the hell do you carry 4 sets of armor?
how do you carry 2 sets of armor?
No, I don't know.
It's like you're wearing one set.
You're wearing a steel
and then
plate
you have
greaves
10
already.
swords,
Yeah.
and that's 100 pounds or
Bow and
something.
arrow, you just bust it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, some games, okay, we'll look at Army 2, even though I can't say in that game. But they got 100 pockets. You're
Yeah.
that guy could carry some ammo, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you go to Link. He's
Yeah.
wearing tights. He carries an ocarina, a boomerang, a slingshot, a sword,
Yeah.
a shield.
And then he could carry 40 bombs
Yeah.
that are as big as his head.
Just busts it out, throws it.
We should slow it down and see how they actually make it come out. Where does it come
It
from?
just appears in midair, and he's like, "What now, bitches?"
Yeah, because that thing is seriously bigger than his head, and I don't understand.
It's just ridiculous.
I don't understand.
I like how RPGs at least tried to,
Some of them,
incorporate
but even,
something.
Yeah,
So-
but even Final Fantasy, you can carry unlimited stuff in
Yeah,
that.
it's true.
There is just no limit.
And then in some games now they try to you carry 2 guns, okay?
Yeah.
You carry them on your back, and you're rolling around and crap. You go try and roll
Yeah,
on your
do,
back with an
somersaults and
M16
stuff.
with a gun on your back,
Or
right
a
now.
rocket
I'm
launcher
pretty sure
or
it's either
something.
gonna break or hurt your back.
Yeah, and then kind of along the same lines is you can go and grab an RPG or a Gatling gun or something, and you're sprinting around with it, or you're just running and shooting it at the same time.
I like the fact that if it was more realistic in games, that you would have to choose more and be more careful with what you took with
Yeah.
you. Like some Resident Evil isn't too bad because you could only usually have a couple spots, like something like
and
that.
then it's usually not
but even
a lot.
more strict.
Yeah.
You know?
And usually they're not like these large weapons. You know,
No,
it's like you'll get a pistol and
like
maybe
two
a
handguns,
shotgun.
a shotgun, and then the herbs, which is basically your little plant you're holding with you, and some ammo clips.
I mean, some games it's okay, you know, like I guess in like a Final Fantasy game or whatever, you're collecting all these different items, different rare items, you're swapping them out all the time. I can understand you want to keep that a little bit, but it's just some games it doesn't really have a place.
No,
it's
like in shooting games, you don't.
You don't need all
13 guns to scroll through to find the one you
I
want.
mean, like in Call of Duty, I have like 2, maybe 3 guns that I use in the entire game.
Yeah, you don't
I have
care
like a
about
sniper
anything
rifle
else.
and a machine gun, and then maybe like one other random gun I like. You know, and that's not even just to
really,
be carrying around at once.
A guy would not want to be carrying like 13 kinds of explosives with him. I don't think he would feel too safe at all.
No, I don't think so. All right, so
Number 2
is Pokeballs.
Freaking Pokeballs make no sense whatsoever.
No, there's so many questions that like you can have.
It's like you catch this thing, you don't feel like using them for like months. What is he eating there? I mean, how's he getting fed?
And then, you know, I mean, there's the obvious thing where they're like 100 feet tall, some of them, and you capture them, and they're in this little like 3-inch round ball.
And it's like, I don't know, it's just the Pokemon. You could just make it come out whenever, and like, does it know who the owner is?
Yeah,
like, or could someone just steal my Pokeballs and then he thinks he's the owner? Like, does he know?
And is it like programmed to know like that Pokeball? Is that programmed to then that Pokemon?
I don't know.
Or could you like
reuse it, switch them in another Pokeball on accident?
Or then even along that, there's the PC, which makes no sense either. Because like, how do you store Pokeballs?
You know, how do things get transferred to the PC? You know how like
like how
like
can I go in one
just
town?
got magically transferred to the PC?
How do I go to one town, put a like I mean if it wasn't for transferring it from one PC to another, I would assume it's like a vending machine or something.
Yeah, basically.
You just put your Pokeballs in there and it just kind of gets
like
sorted or whatever.
Right,
yeah, but you go into like a whole nother town across the country, and you can go to a PC and get those Pokemon. Like
simultaneously, and then like when your Pokemon comes out of the Pokeball, I always wonder like, is it basically like a invisible dog thing where he gets shocked if he just tries to leave you? Like,
yeah, because like if you have a Pidgey and you abuse him, would he stay with you? Would he just be like, "Fuck this, I'm leaving"? You know?
Or like, what if you accidentally like drop your Pokeball with like everything just pop out of it?
Yeah.
Like, what happens if like Diglett just falls out in the water and just would he die then?
I don't know. Like, that's another thing is like a Pokemon that's weak to water moves, can he like go swimming and just be fine, or does it have to be like a bubble beam?
If you catch like something like that was in the ground, would it just rip him out of the ground as you catch him? Like, wouldn't that hurt him? You think?
Well, then you would think you would know how Diglett would look. Like, how does he look underground?
No one knows. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
I think he has like 6 feet.
He might. I don't think so.
It'd be awesome.
He's probably just a little turd. All right, I think that's enough on Pokeballs.
We could go on forever, but we won't.
Next is
last. We're at the top
number
of the
1
list.
Is blocked pathways, which is kind of a broad way to say
we're talking about boulders in the way, locked door, window right there,
or a giant explosive truck that you have to give a guy some Coca-Cola to blow it up for you.
Like, literally, you're always carrying a weapon. Like for Resident Evil example, you need a diamond key. How about I just kick the damn door down? Go get what I need.
You got a shotgun, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this wooden door is not going to be able to withstand a shotgun blast. I mean, the world's taken over by zombies. I don't think you're really caring about people's personal property.
No, not at all.
And then like Left 4 Dead, I said the oil rig. You had to give that guy soda so he could
like
blow
hit
it up.
a button or something.
Yeah. Okay. One, you have like pipe bombs or something. Couldn't you just blow that thing up yourself? Or better yet, you could go underneath it. It was like, you know, like you could just kind of crawl underneath the truck if you wanted to.
Really, yeah. Just
it's
go
like,
under.
no,
like, yeah, we're done.
But no, I'm gonna go into this supermarket, get this guy some soda so that the alarm can go off and I can get chased by all these zombies. Yeah, that's intelligent.
Like windows, like why don't they just break through the glass? Or it's like it's ridiculous. It's like they prolong
or
having to go find a special item
so
to
you
get
have
to this little doorway.
I mean, I guess it's a game, whatever, but
I want to just have a game where I could just break shit and go where I want.
Yeah.
I mean, you need this key. Fuck that. I'm kicking this door down, and I'm going to see what's in here, even if it turns out to be a dead end.
But then even more ridiculously, like, they don't even try to make it something that you can't get past. Like, that you would really need a key. Like, I've seen in games...
Like a safe or something?
Yeah. I've seen in games where it's like a wooden gate, like...
That you could climb over, basically?
Yeah.
It's like 3 foot tall, it's like, you need a key. It's like, I'm taller than this.
I mean, and it's like made out of wood. It's not even something you could kick it open if you wanted to, but it's like waist high. You could just like step over the thing. But no, you need to go back like
to the beginning of the game where the item happens to be that you forgot.
because you missed like killing one of the enemies or something that was hiding somewhere.
That pisses me off.
Yeah,
every game.
Ridiculous. I don't know. I don't get
Invisible walls too. Those piss me off.
Yeah, like, okay, that's one thing that really bothered me in Elder Scrolls 4, is why was it when you got to the edges of the world, it said you cannot go beyond this point or something, and it was the entire edge of the world is pretty much rivers. So why didn't they just put like a shark in there?
You know, eat you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
or they could have just made it go in a circle randomly, so like at least you walked somewhere back to the big circle.
Well, I mean, with that, it's kind of like a continent, so there's like other countries that you just can't go to because it's not in that game. But like one side was an entire mountain range, but why couldn't they just make it like a cliff or something so you can't get over there?
I think it would be funny, like in certain games, like say you're in like a shooter game open in a country and they let you go and you would like spend an hour going and like never really get anywhere. Yeah, there's nothing there.
They don't even bother populating.
There'll be like a sign like, you discovered this tree. Have fun going an hour back to the other way.
Exactly. And the other thing about Elder Scrolls is like you'll get up to an invisible wall and then there's just this big empty field with like trees and stuff. It's like, I want to go there. It looks beautiful. You know? I don't know. I think we should wrap this up.
Developers and their blocked pathways are evil.
Yeah, I think it's just a cheap way to
cut game.
Yeah. Well, it's just a cheap way to program it.
General,
it's like they didn't really think outside the box to try. It's not even really thinking outside the box, you know.
Just put a damn wall there.
Exactly. A giant
not
fence.
Wondering, yeah.
A giant chain link fence. I don't care. Yeah. So I guess that is the top 5 plus random other things of things that make absolutely no sense in video games.
This was Major Tom
and Warbrain.
Hope you enjoyed.
Bye bye.